Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review. With me, Peter, the master of hoppets, today doing another brewery showcase of something pretty interesting. Today guys, we're going to be looking at the new canned craft beers from Stone Brewing Berlin. They finally made it to Denmark and we're going to be looking at their first two ones. The classic Stone IPA and the classic Arrogant Bastard. I love the fact that it's in cans and they're dirt cheap. 25 kroners for the small IPA, and for tall boys like this, 35 kroners. This is the cheapest American craft beer I've ever gotten here I've ever seen here in Denmark, which is crazy cool. So you probably already know these bad boys if you've been in the beer industry for a while. And I also gotta give a big thanks to Best of Beers for these bad boys. Check them out. The link is down in the description below. They just got a ton of new Stone stuff in these cans, along with also some bottled stuff from the States. So, you know Stone. Stone has been planning this Berlin thing for a while, and they are finally canning. They have a whole release schedule. These are about 3-4 weeks old now, these cans, so are not that fresh, but that's still really fresh. Fresher than if we got them from the States. So I'm really looking forward to see how they are compared to the American stuff, because I've had both of these bad boys when they were brewed in the States. So first of all, we got the IPA. 6.9% West Coast style IPA, and that looks nice in the glass. Nice, clearer-ish, golden yellow color. It's a little bit hazy, but it's chill haze. I kind of had them in the freezer because I wanted to try them. So let's check out the aroma. Whitehead. Classic Stone IPA. West Coast, dank, grapefruity, sweet citrusy, and bitter. Sweet malt too. This just brings me back to when I was on exchange in Albuquerque. I drank so many 6-packs of Stone IPA. Oh, this just smells like a classic. Grapefruit, tangerine, sweet citrus. Yeah, a little bit of a soapy edge almost. It does not, I mean, that's the thing with cans again. It's so much better for the hops. I'm not smelling tea leafy hops or anything. It's just like nice, kind of, it's got some jammy fruitiness to it. A little bit of caramel sweet malt almost, but I mean, judging by the color, I don't think they've used much caramel malt in it. I don't think they ever stated on the cans. I never read this description. I just cracked in with this review immediately because I was kind of excited about it. But let's give the Stone IPA from Stone Berlin a taste. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Best of Beers for the beer. Classic. That tastes exactly like what I remember getting Stone in Albuquerque. Exactly the same. No, like, difference whatsoever, really. It's probably the same age when it reaches Albuquerque, too. And for this price, I would love to just bring a 6-pack of this to the beach or down to the harbor here in Aalborg and chill with these bad boys. This is great. Lots of grapefruit, lots of dankness, sweet citrus. It's just like some pine, a little bit of resiny, earthy, garlicky, oniony flavors on the back. Subtle dankness, not as dank as I remember. But just that big, classic smack in the face West Coast hoppy beer with a nice kind of kick of malt, like sweet malt, and a slight hint of the caramel tone almost, but I don't think it's overdone. But also, like the West Coast IPAs, I prefer to drink pretty damn cold. Or not pretty damn cold, but cold, because once they warm up you get more of the malt character. But classic West Coast stuff, lots of grapefruit, lots of pithy grapefruit rind on there, like the pith, and also a bit of the flesh with a sweeter citrus flavors and the pine, and a little bit of the earthy, oniony, garlicky. If you're into classic West Coast IPA, this is probably one of the epitome, or like just one of the flagships of the style. If you think American West Coast IPA, the San Diego IPA, Stone IPA is just, you know, dead on for that. Rating wise for this one, I know I'm already gonna give it a straight up 90. It's really nice. It's dead on for what it is. It's not the type of IPA I really go crazy over anymore, but it's just so damn well made, and they really deserve the props for what they're doing right now in Berlin. But yeah, this is nice stuff. That is a nice red color to it. Got the can here. Does it say anything about? No, it's just got that whole Arrogant Bastard thing. But yeah, it looks really nice in the glass. It's 7.2%, hazy, amber, red, ruby red, maroon red color. Beige head to it. Let's check out the aroma. That is also classic Arrogant Bastard. I'm pretty impressed how much they dialed in the recipe to smell pretty much exactly the same on both so far as the American brewed ones. It's got some sweet malt, a little bit of caramel, but tons of pungy, grapefruity, bitter, like really intense, earthy earthy, oniony, garlicky hop notes. Sweet malt caramel. It almost smells like what you'd think of, like, it's American strong ale, but like the red IPAs people are brewing nowadays. It reminds me of the one I had from Brewery recently, actually. Just that was sweeter, but so it's nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, and again, thanks to Best of Beers for the beer. Mouthfeel on the other one was medium, by the way. This is medium, slightly chewy. Oh, that's the arrogant bastard. Whoa, that's bitter. On the aftertaste, super bitter and just scraping on your palate. This is West Coast intense bitter dank tank. Because you got some of the sweet malt underlying on there, like it's like caramel, it's like toffee edge. There's a slight generic fruitiness, but mostly, rye bread for sure, breadiness, which is just such a big punch, especially in the aftertaste. Like the bitterness, it's almost like the bittering oil sticks to your tongue after sip, and it gets more bitter and bitter and bitter because it's just so bitter. Simon from Real Ale Craft Beer, this is your kind of beer. If you haven't gotten to try the Stone Berlin stuff yet, because he's more into these scraping bitter West Coast ones than the juice bombs. But wow, this is, again, this is straight up 90. This is just one of those benchmark, I guess you'd say red IPAs now, or American strong ale. It's just a big bitter beast of a beer with some caramel tones and like the earthy, oniony, garlicky, and dank notes. So it should be interesting to see if they're going to can something like Brew Nation soon, and something like Brewing 10 would be great in cans. That was back in the day one of my all-time favorite IPAs, but since then I think I've fallen more in love with the juice bombs. But this is still amazing stuff. I urge you guys, if you're in Europe, go get some fresh cans. I mean, they're so fresh right now. Get some fresh cans of Stone IPA and Stone Arrogant Bastards while they're here, and they're dirt cheap compared to getting them, in the States or when they were imported here. Awesome stuff. So a 90 for the IPA and a 90 for the Arrogant Bastard. So again, as I said, guys, I urge you guys to go and check these out, especially if you're more into the West Coast style IPAs, because these are dead on examples of what these kind of red IPA, American Strong Ale, and West Coast IPA are. Dead on stuff. If you can't get these bad boys where you're located, you can get them on bestofbeers.dk, so hop on there and check it out. And guys, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and give us a thumb up, a like, or whatever you want to call it, and a comment. And I want to say cheers. See you guys in another beer review.